Hello and welcome to the Hippy Soul Sessions episode number 8. So, today should have been episode number 11, but I have been putting it off. And this is not good for me. This is terrible. And I am a woman's confidence coach, and I am all about being consistent and keeping yourself accountable and building trust within yourself. And me not doing this has not done any of that. So I am keeping myself accountable because I can now say I'm going to record 3 and I'm going to make that up, and I'm going to start trusting myself again in doing it. And one of the reasons why I stopped doing it for 3 weeks is because I've had a lot of negative comments towards my podcast. And for the last 3 weeks, I've actually been putting it off because I'm a little bit frightened. And it was really interesting to me to actually look back and go, actually, that's what it is. Why am I? Because I really am going, fuck it, I don't care. They can think what they like. I don't really care. But there's something, a part of me is saying, you do care. So I want to eliminate that. I've acknowledged it. I've recognized it. So now I'm coming back on to go, I'm going to do it anyway. So one of the big things that I really went through with this process was, do you want to be the effect of it or the cause of it? So what I mean by that is you can either have anything in your life, you can be in the victim mentality, or you can be accountable for it. So I was sitting in victim mentality because I had these comments, and sitting there, even if it was just a small part of me, not wanting to do it. And when I do that, then I'm in the victim mentality. I'm like, well, I'm going to get negative comments. I don't really feel like doing it. I don't have time. I was making up all these excuses. So that's the excuse side. I'm at the effect of someone else. On the other side is the cause. So even though I'm not the cause of the negative comments, you could kind of say that there is a certain section of it that I am, because I am putting myself out there and I'm opening myself up for opinions, and people will give it to me, and that's fine. So I've opened myself up for it. So in a way, I am the cause. But even if I'm not 100% the cause of it, if I take that 100% accountability for it, that's when I can change it. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm coming back on here. I'm taking full responsibility. It's completely my fault that for 3 weeks I haven't done it, and I'm going to make up for it, because if I don't, I will lose trust in myself, and that also compounds into lower self-esteem, low self-worth, less self-trust. Can't have that, because you want to compound your self-worth. You want to stack up the wins, even if it's the tiny wins, and no more excuses. And I want to be a role model for that. So I've got to take the steps in doing that. So here I am. Today is going to be called Try, Try, Try Again. I'm your host and guide, Sazy, and today we're talking about that. We're talking about jumping back on the horse, because even if you do slide off the horse, you can always get back on. And that's what this is about. And one of the stories that I really love about my own life is the Try, Try, Try Again story. So Try, Try, Try Again has been a beacon of hope and a beacon of resilience for me, resilient motto for me my whole life. It is spanned across decades. I was literally raised on it. My dad always told me to try, try, try again in everything. Never give up. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes you're like, I hate that saying. I don't want to. And other times it's like, fuck yes, I'm going to do it. Yeah, fuck yes, I'm going to try, try, try again. So every time, though, it's worked out for me. 100% of the time it's worked out for me. So that's why I'm bringing it up today. So because I was brought up on it, we were fishing one day, and we were on holidays, and we were at Bribie Island in Queensland. It's a place that my grandparents had their house at Bribie Island, so we'd go down and stay there. And my dad was like, I'm going to go and catch some whiting for dinner. Do you want to come, Sarah? I was about 7 years old. I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And Dad's like, I really want to catch a fish for dinner. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. And so I really didn't care if we caught a fish or not. I was just literally there to be with my dad, by his side, doing whatever. He could have been doing anything, and I'd be like, I'm just there. I'm just there having a good time. So we had a really good time on the beach. But as Dad was casting and trying to catch fish, I could see the frustration on his face getting a bit more like, oh, I'm not getting one. And I was like, oh, and it started to get dark clouds, and everything started to get rainy and everything. And Dad's face mirrored the sky. I was like, okay, he's not happy. And I didn't want him to feel defeated at all. Like, that's when you're there with your dad at 7 years old, you're like, I do not want you to feel bad. Like, we need to catch fish now. Not that I cared about the fish, but now I do. And I looked at his face, and I was like, he's packing up all the stuff. And I said, Dad, remember, try again. That's what you've taught me. And he's like, oh, okay. Because he had to do it. He was like, that's what I've been teaching you this whole time. If I don't do it, then it's exactly like what I was talking about earlier. Like, if you're going to be saying something, you have to be doing it at the same time. And he looked at me and was like, okay. And he grabbed all the rods and everything back out, started casting again, and then bam, got one. And the look on his face, he was like, oh my God, I got a fish. And it was a whiting. Put it aside, and then bang, 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 6 more. So we caught 7 all up, and needless to say, we had a beautiful fish dinner. And it was the epitome at 7 years old for me that try again does work. I was like, this does work. Like, if you do want to set out to do something, and instead of giving up and going home, we stayed out in the rain. We were soaked. It was a horrendous weather. I was actually a little bit scared, and we kept going. And in the end, we were like walking home, chanting, try again. It works every time. This is awesome. But it has stayed with me. It literally stayed with me through salons, through businesses, through partners, through friendships, through so many things. The floods, when I lost everything in the floods, try again. There's always that beacon of hope. Even if I did feel like I went down in life, I still had that mentality of, I'm going to try again. I am going to try again. Even though you need that little rest, it's like, no, I am going to try again. I'm not going to give up. And I think it's a really positive motto to have. I think it's a great thing to keep in your mind at all times. So I'm just going to press this. I think it just turned off. Yes, it did. And so I just wanted to bring that story up to you today, just so that you have that sense of positivity and feeling like, instead of being in the victim mentality, be in the accountability mentality. It's a bit about everything in life, really, like the effect or the cause. You want to be under the victim mentality of it, or do you want to be accountable for it? And I know that's not with everything. Like, there's things that happen to you in life that there's nothing you can nothing you can do about it. But if you take responsibility for your own life and for the things that have come to you, take responsibility for it and work out how you can make things better. Try again. But thank you for joining me today at the Hippy Soul Sessions. I have a very exciting announcement to make, which is my 6-week mentorship, Awaken Woman. And in the Awaken Woman, it started on Tuesday this week, but there's still time if you want to join in. And we go through, on the 6 weeks, we go through Awaken. And the first week was acknowledgement. We went through the mirror ball effect, which is a concept that I've come up with to really explain shadow work and how you can see emotions coming, whether they're healthy, whether they're a shadow side of your emotion. And it really helps you to understand it a little bit better. It's helped me over the years, and now I'm here to share it. And the girls did a lot of channeling subconscious mind and really looking at life in a different perspective. And it was a great group of women all coming together. We're going to be coming together for the next 5 weeks. So if you would like to join, I would love to have you along. Awaken Woman, it's in my link in my bio in Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is Sarah Z with an underscore, and my Facebook is Sarah Z Woman's Confidence Coach. So please have a look at it. You can click on the link and it will explain everything that we do in the 6 weeks. And I'd love to have you there. You'll be welcomed with open arms. So that's me for today. Thank you for joining me on the Hippy Soul Sessions. I'm Sarah Z. Make love, not war with yourself. Peace.